12 laws of karma, what are they and how do they affect us? The 4 elements of karma. 1. The object of the action. 2. Motivation. 3. Action. 4. Attitude to the action.
What is karma? The Sanskrit word karma literally translates as activity or doing. Karma is a term used in the Buddhist tradition to describe intentional conduct that has long-term effects. Each action can be evaluated in light of one of the 4 karma elements. The purpose of the action, what inspired it, how it was carried out, and how it was perceived when it was finished, judgment. And only by combining all 4 components of karma can you fully understand what kind of action is taken, what outcomes it may have, and even predict when someone will experience the results of their activity, the cause. Although it can be translated that way, it is crucial to understand that karma does not mean punishment or retaliation. A person's karma is the results of his or her actions in the past. Since providence has no bearing in this realm, each individual must make decisions that are in his best interests. He can also choose how to conduct himself in order to exert the most possible impact over his future incarnations. The 4 elements of karma. Number 1, the object of the action. When we attempt to examine an activity, we first assess this. There is a belief that our interactions with people and other living things are influenced by the karmic ties we have with them. Number 2, motivation. Motivation is the second component of karma. Contrary to popular belief, activities frequently have similar appearances, but the quality of a particular action depends on its motive. For instance, I'm sure you've heard about the harsh techniques Zen masters have been employing to aid their pupils in their spiritual development. Zen masters have long used blows, jabs, and yells to interrupt a thinking. They could throw a pupil out the window for the same effect. As you can see, while the deed itself may appear cruel, the purpose for it is honorable. The masters were harming their students out of compassion rather than out of rage or impatience. Their goal was to support their pupils as they worked on their spiritual journey. At the same time, we can observe that there is a lot of violence in the world that results from rage, envy, hate, etc. In these situations, the motive results in bad karma. You can see that the same action might be motivated by quite different things, which results in very diverse karma. Number 3, action. Let's now discuss the activity itself. People frequently hold the opinion that if you had evil intentions but were unable to carry them out due to factors beyond your control, your inability to do so does not constitute a bad action. Number 4, attitude to the action. The last component of karma creation is this. There is a belief that even if a person committed the most heinous deed against, say, his parents and his reason was the most evil, but after performing the act, he realized he made a mistake and really repented, this will facilitate the conduct's punishment. What are the 12 laws of karma? Number 1, the Great Law. This is the cause and effect rule. The first law of karma is typically what is meant when you hear someone discuss karma. You get back what you put forward. Alternatively, you get what you give. Positive outcomes will come your way if you think and act positively. You will have bad effects if you think negatively and act negatively. Number 2, the law of creation. This law of karma serves as a reminder that we are all connected to the universe and must engage in it. We are all co-creators. You are ultimately accountable for everything that occurs in your life, on Earth, and throughout the universe. The progress of the entire society is impacted by the collective karma of its individuals. We must thus keep in mind that it is our duty to contribute to the creation of this reality in a peaceful and harmonious manner. Number 3, the law of humility. This law serves as a reminder that we are each responsible for every aspect of our life. It teaches us to realize that our present circumstances are the outcome of our previous deeds. We cannot change the circumstance, we can only accept it. We need to grow in our spiritual consciousness in order to accomplish it. We will be able to change our circumstances or our current state as soon as we become conscious of them. When you find yourself in a bad circumstance, humble yourself and look within instead of blaming others. Accept the circumstances as they are and the lesson you must draw from them. Number 4, the law of growth. Our exterior reality will expand and alter as a result of how we adapt and evolve. Having started to develop spiritually, you alter a significant portion of your life. Thus, there is no need to alter your reality against your will. Starting with you. Only the things you have the power to influence, yourself, not other people, can be changed. Focus on your spiritual development. If you want a better life, reality will catch up to your higher level as a result. Number 5, the law of responsibility. Your decisions shape who you are. It teaches us that we must be fully accountable for our lives and for all that occurs to us. Do not place the responsibility on other people, your parents, the government, or your co-workers. Focus on yourself, since you are the reason for everything that occurs to you. You must accept responsibility for your role in every circumstance if you want to live by this law. Number 6, the law of connection. Our present, our past, and our future are intertwined. Everything we've done in the past has brought us to this point. Everything we do right now will prepare us for the future. And the quality of the energy we produce now will determine the quality of the future. Your today's bad attitude will have negative effects tomorrow. In other words, the decisions you made in the past have shaped who you are today. And the decisions you make today will determine who you are tomorrow. Number 7, the law of focus. You cannot focus your attention on two things at once. We tend to slow down and work less efficiently when we are trying to focus on too many things at once. But we achieve considerably more and get much better results when we focus on one item at a time. Number 8, the law of giving and hospitality. You ought to put your words into action. Allow your behaviors to reflect your core convictions. For instance, you should concentrate on nurturing compassion and love for others if you want to be surrounded by kind and loving people. Consider your core principles and let them guide your life. Number 9, the law of here and now. We should put our attention on the here and now rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. We drain vitality from the present when we spend too much time contemplating the past or the future. The circumstance won't alter and will keep happening until you learn your lesson and change into a better version of yourself. The only way to break the cycle is through this.
10. The law of change. This law states that the situation will not change and will be repeated in different forms until you learn your lesson and evolve into a better version of yourself. This is the only way to stop the vicious cycle.
Number 11, the law of patience and reward. This law is all about exercising patience and not seeking immediate gratification. May the genuine joy and satisfaction of the process itself serve as your primary reward. Rewards always come to you at the correct time when you understand the fundamental principles of karma step by step and put them into practice. Number 12, the law of significance and inspiration. We all have certain talents that we can contribute to the world, according to this law of karma. Each of us has the power to change the world for the better. Work with passion and seek inspiration in all that you do. Living in accordance with your higher purpose will give you power and vitality. Keep in mind that your life is greatly influenced by the things you devote your energy to, and vice versa. You will always succeed if you concentrate on making a positive difference in the world. The bottom line. The law of karma has nothing to do with punishment, as I mentioned earlier. It shouldn't be interpreted as a favor from God, the universe, or anyone else, or as a punishment. This law can only be viewed from the perspective of retribution if we assume that since actions shape reality, retribution will depend on how many good or bad actions and ideas were produced during previous lifetimes. This is where ideas like negative or good karma come from. If a person has bad karma, it may take numerous incarnations to completely purge it, and it will continue to have an impact on things like his environment and life circumstances. But it's crucial to keep in mind that each of us has the power to end bad karma by making decisions that support the construction of the reality we want and a peaceful existence.